How are you all doing? Today I'm going to be reviewing Once Upon a Time Season 3B. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the show then don't see this video, but the other videos are spoiler filled, so yeah, you do you. This season picks up when Emma and Henry are living in New York, excuse me, and she gets a knock on the door from Captain Hook, and he tries to get her to remember her life in Storybrooke. And both his first times fail, but he convinces her when he tells her to go to Neil's apartment, where she finds Henry's camera and she shows him the picture of them in the town, and she drinks the memory potion after he finally convinces her that something feels off. Also, Emma was dating a man called Walsh, who in Oz was this universe's version of the Wizard of Oz, and he is played by Christopher Gotham. Hook thought the potion was sent to him by Snow White and David, but it was actually sent by Neil, trapped in his father's body, absorbed by his father when he gave his life to bring his father back, which is also a reference to one of my favourite TV shows called Merlin, which aired 3 years earlier, and the main villain in the first episode goes by these rules, and she disguises herself as a beautiful singing woman, just like Zelena, played by Rebecca Mader, disguises herself as a wet nurse in the town whilst the others are cursed, and she isn't, because the curse is helping David and Snow to get back to their daughter so she can defeat Zelena, because only light magic can stop her. Also in this season we meet Robin Hood, played by Sean Maguire, Jason Burkhart plays Little John, or John Little, and Michael B. Northey plays Friar Tuck. Also, I must mention, in my Season 3A video I said that Jason plays Michael Darling, but he's played by James Imicus, so sorry for my mistake. Also, guest stars include Charles Measure as Blackbeard. He has a great villain in the one episode he is in, and he really manipulates Hook to not help Ariel to get back to her true love, and Zelena uses the same trick, disguised as Ariel, to corner Hook into a corner to use him to take away Emma's powers, which happens when she gives him mouth to mouth after he almost dies from drowning. Robin Hood has a bigger role in the story as Regina's love interest, and is forced to make a choice when Mr. Gold, being controlled by Zelena, will kill his son if he doesn't give him Regina's heart, which Zelena uses to cast a time travel spell, which she is doing because because her mother was forced to give her up when she gave birth to her, with Jonathan, played by David de Latour, who manipulated her into marrying him, as he tells her he is a prince, but he is in fact a commoner, and Princess Ava, played by Ava Bourne, captures them and tells Prince Leopold, played by Eric Lang, and she forces Cora to give her daughter up and walks to a different town, and where she meets Prince Henry, the ruler of that kingdom. These actors and actresses do a well enough job with the role that they're given, but they don't add anything to the story other than to tell the heroes why Zelena is doing what she is doing. Also, there is a very dark episode where David faces a manifestation of his fear, which flashes back to Rapunzel in the tower being trapped by the same thing, as she isn't worthy enough to rule after her brother died, according to herself, which led to her to get the flower which she thinks will stop her being afraid, which is also what David is doing. This, however, is a ruse by Zelena to get David's sword hilt to help her complete her spell, which is done by roofing his mug, which is an extract from the flower which induces fear and doesn't expel the fear you are feeling. Also in the season, David and Mary Margaret become pregnant again, and their son is also part of the spell, as he represents innocence, and they name their son Prince Neil after Neil Cassidy, who gave his life to give Emma the information she needed about Zelena, which is one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the whole show, even one of the most heartbreaking scenes in TV history. Also in the last 4 episodes, they give you so much information and you have to watch intently to keep up, but I'll run down each one so you don't have to. In episode 19, Glinda the Good Witch, played by Sunny Maybury, which is one of the nicest names I've ever heard, which makes sense with her character. She tells David and Mary the way to stop Selena and they cast the curse. In episode 20, they stop Selena by Regina using her light magic after she broke the curse by kissing Henry, and he also remembers beforehand everything about his past life after holding the storybook, book of stories about all of them. Hold on. Also in this one, they take away her magic by taking off her necklace, which channels her magic, and Gold uses his magic to get back at her for killing his son by killing her. Also in this one, Dorothy defeats Selena by using water and goes back home using the ruby slippers given to her from Selena, using the voice modifier to sound like the wizard, and she then banishes the good witch who was trying to help Dorothy to get back home. She also turns people into flying monkeys if they come too close to the town line, and Walsh is the first one she turned into a flying monkey and was killed by Emma in New York after he revealed himself to her. In episodes 21 and 22, Emma and Hook accidentally travel back in time using Zelena's time travel spell, which accidentally came alive because of reasons. I don't know how to explain it, but magic, I guess you'll have to look no further than that. And they accidentally stop Snow from robbing David's carriage, which then forces them to help the story get back on track, which forces them to go undercover as a prince and princess using a glamour spell they got from Rumpelstiltskin, who helps them. But they get arrested when they let Snow get away with David's ring, and they get out with the help of David, Ruby and Hook, who are disguised as royal palace guards, and they get the key off the actual guards that were taking care of them, guarding them. The story then unfolds the same way and takes the same path as usual, but Snow turns herself into a ladybug and Blue turns her back into a person, which is what Snow was going to do to the evil queen in, the Enchanted Forest in the third episode of season 1, with a flashback. They get out, and then Emma and Hook go to Gold's to get help, but he doesn't, because he doesn't want to jeopardize his own future, and then sends Emma and Hook to his vault, along with a unconscious maid Marion, who was also captured by the evil queen, but we find out later that she isn't all that she seems. Emma then uses her magic, which she then gets back by believing in herself and opening herself up to Hook. And just as she is about to leave, Gold forces Emma to tell him what happened to his son in the future, and Emma tells him, very sadly, because she was in love with him, and Gold then drinks the memory potion that he had created for himself, and then he forgets everything about the past couple of days up until this point. They go to celebrate Neil's birthday after they get back to the present day in Storybrooke through the portal, and they celebrate his birthday, and then Hook and Emma kiss after she opens herself up to him. The season ends when the urn that fell through the portal with Emma, Hook and unconscious Marion, who went with them against her will, but she will be important in future episodes of the later seasons, so watch out for her. And out of that urn comes Elsa, who walks to the town with ice dragging behind her feet into the beginning of season 4. I thought this part wasn't as good as the first part of Season 3, but it had great elements to it. The characters, stories, effects and shots are done very well, but I didn't like the look of Oz. It was a bit too visually done. It didn't seem like a real place I could go to, which is what I want to see from the magical locations in the show. Neverland seemed like that, and Oz didn't. The Enchanted Forest looked good once again, and the actors had great chemistry with each other, and they brought the real magic to the season and the seasons so far. The actions, fight scenes and choreography was done well. I will give Season 3B an 8.3 out of 10, which gives Season 3 an overall score of 8.4 out of 10. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share, and I'll be back with another Once Upon a Time video. The only comment from last video was... hold on. Hold on. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was going to end, he turned into a butterfly. That is a proverb by someone, and the comment was added by Earn635 Daily. Don't forget to comment in my latest video, which is this one, so that your comment will be mentioned in the next video, which will be my review of Season 4A. Don't forget to watch the video and make sure you follow through with what I'm saying, because it's somewhat complicated, but you'll be able to understand it if you listen and watch intently. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be back with more Once Upon a Time videos soon. Peace.
So, do you think Rumpelstiltskin is right? I'm in the book now. He said everything besides our little adventure would go back to normal. Do you think that it is?
He's right. Otherwise, I'd remember that damn bar wench I kissed.
How would that prove anything?
I know how you kiss. I'd have gone after her. But I didn't. My life went on exactly the same as before.
Yeah, must have been the rub.
Everything's back to normal. You're a bloody hero, Swan.
So are you. I wanted to thank you, Killian. For going back for me in the first place in New York. If you hadn't...
It was the right thing to do.
How did you do it? How did you get to me?
Well, the curse was coming. I ditched my crew and took the Jolly Roger as fast and as far as I possibly could to outrun it.
You outran a curse.
I'm a hell of a captain. And once I was outside the curse's purview, I knew that the walls were down. Transport between the worlds was possible again. All I needed was a magic beam.
Those are not easy to come by.
They are if you've got something of value to trade.
And what was that?
Why, the Jolly Roger, of course.
You traded your ship for me?
Aye.
I was an enemy of love. Love had only brought me pain. My walls were up, but you broke them down.